Hey Thomas, can you make a video about spousal RSP? No problem. Let's talk about how spousal RSP can help with your retirement planning. Hey, this is Thomas, here to help you make better choices on your retirement, wealth, and insurance. My goal is to make sure you can take one or two ideas home and start making smarter financial decisions today. If you find value in this video, consider subscribing. We're in the middle of February, and what does that mean? That means the RSP deadline is coming up. And today, I'm going to be talking about something that hasn't been covered very much, and that's the spousal RSP. If you want to learn more about how a spousal RSP works, stay until the end of this video to find out. I'm pretty sure by now you know how a regular RSP works. And if you don't, you're welcome to check out my previous videos on the RSP. RSP is great in helping Canadians to lower their tax bills, but at the same time, when we withdraw from the RSP, CRA is waiting for us on the other side. And here, I want you to think of a scenario. What happened to a couple's retirement and to their RSP withdrawal when there's a huge income gap between them? As you're aware, most of the time couples make very different income. Maybe one spouse earns a big income and has a pension, while the other spouse stays at home to look after the kids. Or one spouse wants to return to school or cannot work due to illness. Even if the couple makes similar income, they might be at different ages and therefore going to retire at different times. In these situations where they may find spousal RSP helpful. Now, a spousal RSP account works a lot like a regular RSP in many ways, but it's also unique on its own. It's a retirement savings tool that a married or a common law couple can use to save for retirement and lower their taxes. The main goal of the plan is to even out retirement savings between two partners so both partners can withdraw a similar amount of money when they retired. How it usually works is by having the spouse with higher income opening and contributing to a spousal RSP, and his or her partner is the owner. To illustrate with an example, let's use a married couple with Elaine working and Alvin being a stay-home dad. When they are retired, they decide to take out $100,000 a year from Elaine's large RSP. If they only had a regular RSP registered under Elaine, they will be taxed in a higher income bracket. Roughly $22,000 have to give back to CRA. However, with a spousal RSP, Elaine makes an annual contribution to Alvin's account. So when they are retired in 20 years, instead of getting $100,000 from one RSP account, now they each can get $50,000 from two RSP accounts. The total amount they withdraw will be the same, but each of them is now in a lower tax bracket. Roughly each pays $7,000 on the $50,000, makes a total of $14,000 on the same $100K withdrawal, aka they will pay less tax than compared to the first case. So far, the spousal RSP seems easy to comprehend, but if you want to make the most out of the spousal RSP, there are some things you need to pay close attention. First of all, even though the high-income spouse is the one making the contribution, the spousal RSP is registered under the name of the lower-income spouse, which means the plan owner is the other half, but not you. This also means that person makes the investment decisions and is the only one allowed to withdraw money. In addition, there's a 3-year attribution rule, which means the contribution to a spousal RSP cannot be taken out for at least 3 years after they were put in. If the funds are taken out within the 3 years, the money becomes taxable income back to the contributing spouse. And note that this rule is based on the calendar years. A common misconception regarding spousal RSP is that people tend to think the contributing person can also use the contribution room of the other spouse. Like the husband used up all his RSP room and he thought by opening a spousal RSP, he can borrow his wife's RSP room to further lower his taxable income. And this is simply not the case. Remember, your RSP contribution room is always the same, whether you have a spousal RSP or not. For example, if your contribution limit is $10,000 this year, you can put $7,500 into your own RSP and $2,500 into your spousal RSP, or $6,000 into your own RSP and $4,000 into your spousal RSP. So as long as you don't go over your own total limit. Also, spousal RRSP only makes sense if the spouse with the lower income will continue to remain low income in the future. And let me explain. Say right now, John and Mary, where John as a business owner makes a very good income, and Mary works for the government but doesn't make as much income as John. However, Mary has a very good pension plan waiting for her, and John doesn't have one. So in this case, spousal RRSP may not work because eventually their retirement income will be the same. As for the age limit for contributing to a spousal RRSP, it's the same as a regular one. You can contribute to your spousal RRSP until the plan holder turns 71. So if you're over 71 and can no longer contribute to your own RRSP, but your spouse is still not yet 71, then you can keep putting money in a spousal RRSP and defer your taxes until your spouse turns 71. You may ask, Thomas, what happened to the spousal RRSP when divorced? I understand nobody likes to see their marriage or relationship fail, but the truth is, couples getting divorced is a fairly common thing these days. Upon divorce, spousal RRSP are actually treated the same as the rest of the family assets. A couple's RRSP or RIF are evenly split and can be transferred tax-free, so in most instances, contributing to a spousal RRSP is no different from contributing to an RRSP in your own name. What if you get to keep the spousal RRSP but want to remove the contributor's name? There are 3 steps to do that. 1. There's a proof where the spouse are living apart. 2nd, there's no contribution to this account within the 3 years. And lastly, there's no withdrawal from the spousal RRSP during the year of the request. Once you have those on a written agreement, then you can remove the contributions information and combine it into the RRSP that you own. One less thing to manage and possibly save on the fees. But please, make sure you talk to a tax and legal advisor first if you do need help on these. Okay, let's do a quick summary. There are 2 scenarios where I find spousal RRSP is most ideal. 1. Where there's a big income gap. A spousal RRSP allows you to split your retirement RRSP income and pay less tax as over your lifetimes. And 2. Where one spouse makes a good income but at the same time also has a terrible spending habit. Setting up a spousal RRSP can prevent the retirement funding goes to the ditch. Neither way, spousal RRSP do require more planning as it involves with the other half. And I hope this video answers how a spousal RRSP works and some of the misconceptions people might have. If you want to know more about where spousal RRSP is right for you or your partner, feel free to contact me directly. I'll be more than happy to assist. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video if you find my content useful. This is Thomas, your trusted advisor, and I will see you in the next video.